Public Schools, Jeff Beal. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome back. Well, did you have a nice spring break?
I did. It was a great time to be able to spend a little bit of time with the family, and it was a very good spring break.
Good. Well, we're in the home stretch, which we've talked about. Busiest time for schools, spring, and got all the end of year activities. But even before that, we've got a few things I know you want to talk about.
Oh no, there's so much going on, and we'll obviously have time to get to some of those events that are coming up later on. But there's a few critical things coming up, and I really should talk, if I could, just for a minute about the Jackson County Intermediate School District. They've got a special education millage renewal. All right, now I always stop short of telling people what to do and how to vote, but the vote is on May 2nd, and this is just a renewal. It's not a tax increase. And the reason it's important is because special education funds generated by this flow directly to special education classrooms. So we are mandated by law under the Individuals with Disabilities Act to provide these services. We don't have a choice in the level of services we provide. And JPS houses about 40% of the special education students in the county. So for us, this millage, which again is not an increase in taxes, just
no new taxes.
No new taxes. This generates about $2.2 million that flows directly into JPS. Without this millage, JPS is on the hook for that same 2.2. It's not like we get to cut it. Mm-hmm. We have to do that to follow the federal legislation. I'd encourage you to go to the ISD's website. I see you've got the flyer up. It's that important, and it's not just Jackson Public Schools. Every school in the county benefits from this the same way, obviously to a different degree. Like I said, we house the largest percentage of special needs students within the county, but beyond that, it is really critical to the operations for every district. So it doesn't matter if you're big or small. The revenue that's generated from this really, and we think about it in terms of general education, because if you don't have that special education millage funding some of those special education requirements, well, the money's going to have to come out of general education to be able to do that. And so it is really about all students at this time.
The other point about this election is it's the only thing on the ballot for most people. I know there might be some township or school issues that will be on a local ballot, but for most of the people in Jackson County, it's the only thing on the ballot.
Well, and for over 20 years, the county has been really supportive of our student populations, our special needs populations, and so from my standpoint, it's supremely important to Jackson Public Schools, and I always stop short of telling people what to do, but this one is that important, so I certainly put that out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed out. Jackson County has been very supportive of special education over the years, and things like speech therapy, psychologists.
So, when we look at what we get from the intermediate school district, without a doubt, and you talk about speech therapy, but we get our special education coordinators, but this drills down to our transportation, special education transportation. It can drill down to individual student level, where a teacher's assistant who's assigned specifically one-on-one to a student, and obviously their salary and benefits far outweigh the money we would get from the state to cover that student's education. So this really helps to offset some of those costs. But if you end up with specialized curriculum, or you end up with assistive needs, these dollars really go directly to the student level in a way that we're only able to spend, because of the way the millage is written, we're only able to spend it on those special education needs.
Yeah, the election's May 2nd, but you can vote. You can vote now, actually, by absentee ballot, and anyone can vote that way. You can request an absentee ballot from your clerk, township or city, or you can go in and you can vote right on the spot and be done with it. You know, I was really excited, Jeff. Our staff was telling me that you were going to be bringing in today a selection of desserts.
I'm not bringing them in, but they are. There's a band booster fundraiser event. Parkside's got so much going on, and on this coming Thursday, so what, tomorrow, from 6 to 8, there's a free admission come in, but you get 2 tastings for $1, right? And so we're hoping to generate some money. There's a 50-50 raffle. It's just a fun. I think you're going to see our jazz band, our marching band. I mean, music is such a key foundation. If you look at what we do in Jackson Public Schools and the rich history of music within our programming, it's a wonderful opportunity for the community to come in and see what our kids are doing. Just see the facilities. If you haven't been into Parkside to see the new facilities or the upgrades we've made there, a great opportunity to do that. But if you haven't followed Parkside on social media, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or whatnot, our social media platforms and what we're doing over at Parkside, it's just fabulous. I love where Krista Jarvie is taking the building. Her and her administrative team, Destiny Davis and Bobby Berkey, they are just top notch. So, and it's one of those buildings that you know, we kind of live in the past, you know, with where Parkside, Jackson High, and the history that Jackson has had, but it's got probably some of the best culture in the entire district. You know, the people love each other. They love up on their kids. They've got a ton of resources and opportunities for children there. We've got so many teachers just running clubs outside of their normal day. I mean, there's just things that kids want to do, ways to engage kids and support students academically. It's a really neat place, and I would encourage folks really jump in and take a peek at that, because it's not like a middle school or not like what we might have thought of as the old Parkside, you know, conversation.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, cool chance to see all the bond improvements. All right, then let's look at next week. We've got something also at Parkside.
Did I say this? Parkside is kind of doing something all the time. Next Tuesday, there's a Leap into Literacy night. Again, we do a lot of things to support ourselves. Christy Dillon is one of our parent liaisons, and I'd encourage you to reach out to her. I think her contact information's on your screen.
The award-winning Christy Dillon.
Yeah, award-winning Christy Dillon, without a doubt. You know, we partner with the Jackson District Library. There's going to be storytelling and a scholastic book fair, but there'll be prizes. We really push and support, and this is all ages, all students across the district, so it's not just a Parkside thing. Once again, you know, when you think about this, it's hard to find a week that this building's not doing something really cool or innovative, and I give my hats off to the group, but that's going to be something fun, and I hope you guys will take advantage of it next week on Tuesday, 6 to 8. Leap into Literacy and see some of the partnerships that we've got going on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever been asked to do a role like a walk-on or in any of the theater productions?
Nobody wants to see me. Nobody wants to see me do that. Let's not. But we do have a really neat program coming up at Jackson High School. So it's a Year with Frog and Toad is their production, and I think that's, well, there you go. It's on the screen now. $5, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at Jackson High School. And so let me give you a couple pieces on this. I love what our kids do, and I love the fact that they get these theater experiences. But if you have not been to Jackson High School in a while, I want our community to come out and support these kids. I want you to come and see the auditorium at Jackson High School. It is phenomenal. The restoration work that was done over the years to keep that true to itself. And then we just recently installed with our bond all new audio visual equipment in the auditorium. Yeah. So very cool opportunity to kind of see and participate in that. Again, you know, I want our community to come out and see what we've done to invest their support for us. So when the community supports us, you know, with bonds or millages and whatnot, I want them to see we're giving you value back for your investment, and that investment's going to our kids. And so I want you to think about it when you come in and you see what the kids are doing. I really want you to think about it in terms of, look at what we're providing for our kids. You would have a hard time finding anywhere. College campuses on around, a place that's going to provide more opportunities, a better learning environment, better technology, I mean, we really are going delivering on what we promised with a world-class education, and that's facilities, but to opportunities. And I think when you see what the kids are going to do, with this opportunity here, with this theater production, you're going to see that this is what really drives education. This is what brings our kids to school. Like, these kids thrive and they go on to become leaders in industry. They go on to become leaders in our community. So I hope you'll take advantage of that and come down and see them.
Diego does a great job with these things.
Without a doubt.
Is the new coffee shop open yet?
Working on it. We're working on it. It's funny, I was talking with Monica Pierce, the principal for instruction. We've got Cafe Orange, which is the new coffee shop going into the media center there. And right now it's, we got the product coming in, we got the materials in. I'm guessing that we'll do a soft open this year and really kind of refine what we're doing so we know the process for next year. A lot of it's going to be hours of operation. A lot of it's going to be, the class that's running it, the students that are able to get in there. And so those are the pieces we're there. But we're right there on that product, on that project. And it feels like we're right to the end on a lot of projects right now. I'll have to come back maybe a couple weeks and we'll do a bond construction kind of around the district, because there's, obviously we've done over $100 million worth of construction in the last several years, which is a ton, but there's still little bits and pieces that we're tweaking and kind of putting together, and lots of people know. I'd love to be able to show off what we got going on. So let's make sure we do that.
And it's amazing, you've done over $100 million in construction with just over $80 million of cash, right?
Oh, just about. $87 million was the bond, and then obviously we had a very generous donation from a friend of ours, not too long ago. So, so.
Awesome. All right, so we have kindergarten roundups going on, but also for people that are interested in Jackson High School, you've got something.
So, we think about this time of year and kindergarten roundup, and I love it because we get those 4-year-olds that come in, and we partner with all of our partnering agencies. And so when you show up, you get, there's a lot of different people there, and we're going to see 350, 400 kindergartners in the coming weeks. But another place that is important to remember is this transition from 8th grade to 9th grade. And it is so crucial. So there is an open house at Jackson High School for 8th graders on the 26th. Thank you very much. You guys are spot on with the flyers today. We got to talk to those guys up in the booth. They are great. But when I talk about this, getting that schedule set, there is so much that goes into the freshman year that really sets up the whole year, the whole high school experience, whether you're going to do Career Center later or you're going to do early college later. But you come in, you get to tour the facilities, but you're going to work with our counselors and get some curriculum. You're going to meet instructors. You're going to get an opportunity to talk with other students. The idea that you could come in and really help make that transition smooth, take all of the stress out of 8th graders going up to 9th graders. Let's do our part to de-escalate that. And I think I don't want to take away from that. That is such a huge thing. And I remember, you know me, I got 5 kids and they're all Vikings. They all come through. I remember taking my kids up there, and of course, you got all the building, and it's 400,000 square feet, to teach them that it's just not that big, to show them how to get from here to here, to grab their schedule and go, okay, let me show you how to get from your English class to your math class, and have them walk through it so that when the first day comes, they never feel like overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, where am I going? They feel much more at home.
My kids thought it was Disneyland when they were little. Yes, it is Disneyland. Yes, it's a wonderful place.
It's a wonderful place. It really is.
You've talked about early college, Jackson County Early College a lot. I know you have a lot of JPS kids in that, and for those that are in the lower grades interested, at what level of grade do kids start getting into that?
So at Jackson Public Schools, you can start with the Jackson County Early College in 9th grade. So again, remember when those freshmen roll up, those 8th graders roll up to be freshmen, these are the times to start having this conversation. So there's a parent meeting for 8th grade families because, again, we're thinking about that transition. And that is Wednesday, April 26th from 6 to 8. No, did I say it right? Wednesday, May 3rd at 6 o'clock, and then Tuesday, May 16th at 6 o'clock. Sorry, I'll make sure I get my dates right. I can't stress this enough. You can start in your freshman year, and you'll probably take one of those seminar classes that teaches you how to do college, how to talk to your professor. And then we really, at Jackson Public Schools, we really take a look at, we provide all of it. So whether you need a computer, a book, or whatever, we're providing everything you need to be successful in that course.
No money.
No money out of pocket. But here's the big key for this is we want you to start successful. So I love starting kids in a history class or an art class or a communications class. All of these classes, by the way, fit into the Michigan Transfer Agreement, which guarantees that they go to every college in the state of Michigan, all states colleges rather. And so if you complete your Michigan Transfer Agreement, you get all those prereqs filled, and that's a huge, huge deal. The money that you can save is phenomenal. But I love to start them off in those classes, like I said, like a history course or a government course, or like I said, art or communications. And you get a kid in their sophomore year who takes, we'll call it 2 classes in the fall and 2 classes in the spring. You do this in your freshman, you start with your seminar, and then you go and you take your history and your communications. Well, that's 3 credits apiece. Now you got 6 credits. And then, you do something in the government, or you do an art class or something, and you might have 12 credits before you're done with your sophomore year. How easy is it to get to 60 credits? And you can target those credits not just towards the Michigan Transfer Agreement and an associate's degree, but within Jackson College's houses. I mean, you get your certification in, like I said, cybersecurity or computer science, or you can get it in animation or whatever. I mean, they've got tons of stuff, so many programs out there. You want dental hygienist, we got you covered. You want, medical. I know that Jackson College is doing some partnerships with Henry Ford this summer. I mean, there are so many things that you could do in our programming in early college. If there's a student that's not participating in this, I don't know how to help parents get them there. Because you're going, well, my kid's not going to college, or my kid doesn't think about going to college. But I'll tell you what, the minute they pass the communications class, or the minute they pass that history class out at college, they're college students. And they go, stop thinking that you can't do college. Stop thinking that this isn't for you. Stop thinking that college is something that's, well, it's for somebody else somewhere, some way off. And all of a sudden you realize, hey, you can be successful out here. And our kids pass those classes at tremendous rates. I mean, it's one of those things that because, when kids go off to college without the supports of our early college, they struggle more than they do within the early college setting, because we still wrap around all those supports. We've got somebody checking attendance, somebody making sure you know how to communicate with your professors, somebody making sure that the classes you're taking kind of fit that Michigan Transfer Agreement and are moving you towards your goals. I could go on and on and on. I'm a huge proponent in mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, aunt, uncle. I don't care where you are in Jackson County. Please take a look at the early college options in your district. If you don't like what you find, come see me in Jackson Public Schools, and I'll show you what we've got, because I'm just such a huge proponent in what this can do for you.
Yeah, great opportunity for kids. Hey, guess who's here this morning? Randy Glick and Rebecca Armstrong.
How much fun is that?
Yeah.
Awesome people. So grateful for both of them.
Yep. They're excited about the 4th, can you believe it's the 4th annual Al Glick Youth Football Camp? I
can, and I'm hoping this will be the first one, obviously, with the Glick facility down there, the Al Glick Athletic Center. So what a great opportunity we're going to have. This is, I'm hoping this is for students entering 4th through 9th grade. I don't think you can be high school yet. I think that's going to disqualify some of those kids. So we got to be very careful. That's why you can do 8th grade up too. So as long as you're not a 9th grader yet. So you can't do high school because of recruiting conversations, because there will be college coaches there and college players there. We've had a wonderful partnership with the University of Michigan over the years. So I'm super excited about this. That is Saturday, June 17th. And again, if you want, I'd encourage you, come down, see the facilities, take a look at what we're doing, not just, around, and see what we're doing around the community, see what our impact is, and take a look at how these facilities are being used with our partners. And I think people will be impressed. I think people will be really proud of the work that Jackson Public Schools, how we've positioned ourselves to really be, and I talk about it, sounds kind of cliche, but to be that place where our community can come together, and this is what we do.
All right, a lot of great things going on. Appreciate all the updates, Jeff.
Thank you very much for having me.
You bet. Superintendent at JPS, Jeff Beal. Well, we've